Hello, my name's Taylor and welcome to my multimedia piece. In this video, I will be discussing what would be the advantages and disadvantages of an information service of scaling up from private use to corporate use, freely available cloud-based collaborative tools. Please note that when I'm speaking about personal use, I'm referring to the work that I have done and also with my project group. When I'm speaking about corporate use, I am referring to a 25-branch national information service. The tools I will be discussing are Slack, Skype, Google Docs, and Dropbox. The first tool I will be discussing is Slack. Okay, so pretty much how this works is the admin person will send out an invite via email to add new members. So you can see here, invite people. So we'll just go into here, I'll just show you what that looks like. So as you can see, you can just add the email addresses in and invite new people to join your group. So these are all the people that are in my group at the moment, and this is a project that we're working on. So this could be for corporate use, obviously all of your employees and that sort of thing. Now, if you have a look here, there's some different channels. The general channel is pretty much where we do most of our work, but you can add different channels. Now, you can see here in our Criteria 1 channel, there's myself and another team member in here. Now, this could be useful for management because it could be something like a team managers, different departments, those sorts of things. And the brilliant thing about having your different channels is only the people in those channels will get that information. Put a general post on for everyone to see. You just type in the box whatever you like and press enter. The other thing you can do too is you can actually upload a file. Now this is very useful again for corporate if there's a report or something that you want people to look at. So select your file, you can put in your title, you can add your comment and you can upload. So the advantages of using Slack for corporate use, number one would be that management actually are able to set up the accounts, they're able to access it, they're able to invite people, and they're able to monitor it as well. So obviously they can see who's participating, who's active, and who's working on what. It's also a bit of a community vibe. Slack can be a bit fun, and you can see from the previous examples how easy it is actually to use Slack to upload files and to communicate with your team. Now, one of the main disadvantages for Slack is the data security. So pretty much if anyone has your login, they can get in and they can look at exactly what is being posted and those sorts of things. Now, that's also a privacy issue too, because anything that's shared on Slack, anyone who's in that group could actually go and take that information and share it elsewhere. So next we're going to talk about Skype. Skype I used with my group as part of the assessment. Basically, Skype is a way to make conference calls either via phone or via video chat. Skype was very easy to set up, and you can download an app to use Skype. The advantages of using Skype is you're actually able to make a conference call with many people, and you can add names to different groups to call different people, and you can see when they're available to chat as well. And it's also a great way to connect with people all over the world. So that's a great advantage for corporate use, because if people aren't in the office or you need to speak to someone interstate or overseas, Skype is quite a good option for that. Now, Skype for personal use is fantastic. It's quite easy to call one person and to be able to speak with them, and obviously it's a free service too, so that's great. The issue comes really when there's more than one or two people talking, as it can sort of get a little bit confused as to who's speaking, and obviously, more than a few people on the phone is quite difficult. The other issue really is the privacy. So if anyone was able to steal the company or the personal login details, they could listen into calls and obviously gain corporate information. So that is quite a big issue. So really, I don't feel that Skype is suitable for corporate. It's more for personal use. So next I'm going to talk about Google Docs and how that can work for both corporate and personal use. So Google Docs is a great way to share your documents with multiple people. So first you just log into Google Docs, as you can see here. And then once you log in, you can start a new document, or you can access your recent documents. And then you just go about editing them like you would like a normal Word file. Now the great feature about Google Docs is once you've finished editing your document, you can actually share it. Now to do that, you just hit the share option, and then you can copy the link, and you can either share that via email, or like I did in this project, you can actually just put it straight into Slack as well. Now, the advantages of scaling up from private use to a corporate use for Google Docs is that you can easily share, edit, and comment on files that are uploaded. Also, too, everyone can have access to the file, so that's why the share option is so useful. Now, unfortunately, there are some disadvantages from using Google Docs for corporate use. The main one being obviously data security, so sensitive information could be hacked because it is on a cloud-based share drive. Obviously, data loss as well, so if you accidentally enable someone to edit an item and they go and edit it, unfortunately the older copy will be lost. The other thing too is obviously if people are in editing items, it does give them access to be able to share that private information with outside resources. So the last tool I'm going to speak about is Dropbox. Now, Dropbox is very similar to Google Docs in the sense that it is a cloud-based storage tool where you can go and upload files and also access other files that other people have created for your team. So Dropbox has very similar advantages to Google Docs in the sense that only invited people can view the files and also the items can be shared. Now, we used Dropbox for our group assignment and we did find Dropbox to be quite useful. While Google Docs you can edit items, Dropbox is more like where you would put your final documents. So our final report we did upload to Dropbox, and then all the team members were aware that was the item that had to be used for when we were submitting our assignment. Just like Google Docs, Dropbox does have some issues. The main one are surrounding privacy and obviously data security. Again, being a cloud-based storage, you do run the risk of files being hacked, and also too, there's internal problems too. So whoever you are allowing to view the files can obviously share them to outside parties as well. So that's the end of my report. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, please feel free to post below.